In 1914, Europe was at the peak of its power. The great powers had built global empires and armies larger and more powerful than any in history. And that summer, they would turn them against each other, each expected to triumph over its enemies in a short, victorious war. But instead, 1914 dragged them into an abyss with no end in sight. In the decades before the First World War broke out in 1914, industrialization led to huge increases in wealth and urbanization, but also created stark inequalities in society. Ruling groups needed to manage the resulting tensions, so encouraging nationalism and pride in imperial expansion helped to channel the anger and energy of the popular classes elsewhere. But this caused problems abroad. Britain, France, and Russia had well-established empires by the late 1800s when a new player arrived on the scene. Germany became a unified state in 1871 and eventually began to create its own overseas empire and blue water navy to appease its growing commercial class and to offset the powerful influence of social democratic parties at home. Germany's ambitions for its, quote, place in the sun caused a spike in tensions between the great powers, who were already in competition with each other. Great power rivalries became part of popular culture with jingoistic press, militaristic education in schools, and everything from children's toys and thriller novels, and even movies focusing on feats of arms or dangerous potential enemies. These political and social tensions caused a growing anxiety among many Europeans, and the danger that they might lead to war was heightened by increasing militarization. As the great powers expanded their empires and worried about rivals, they also built up their military capability and political alliances. Germany's expansion and naval buildup provoked reactions from the other powers. The UK responded by building even more warships, including the new Dreadnought class. Meanwhile, Austria-Hungary and Russia clashed over influence in the Balkans, where new independent states had largely replaced the weakened Ottoman Empire with Russian